heart where the shadows drown. Old whiskey bottles lay thrown around. Dust storms dance on forsaken streets, where my boots echo and past whispers meet. Gone with the ghost town under blood-red skies. Lost love's laughter now, just ghostly cries. Where dreams of dust and the old church burns, I'll walk with shadows till the night returns. There's a memory fading on the chapel floor of the woman I loved, ain't here no more. She left with a stranger, train whistle blew. In the night so silent, my revolver knew. Gone with the ghost town under morning moons. Echoes of footsteps in abandoned saloons. With each crackling fire, my old heart yearns for a whisper of her as the candle burns. On the edge of town by the forgotten graves, I confronted the past and the wind that raves. Beneath the cursed land where our secrets sleep, I found the truth in the shadows deep. Gone with the ghost town where vengeance lies, in the silent desert under stormy skies. Now I'm just a specter where sorrow turns in the dust of legends and love that burns. In a ghost town where the dust whispers sin, lay a bottle half empty, echoes of gin. Train tracks rusty, the depot's lights dim. A shadow moves slow where hope's light grows thin. Gone with the whiskey, my heart rides the storm. Lost in the bottle where true lies are born. Old church bells toll for vows that were sworn. Gone with the whiskey where devils are formed. Secrets are kept in graves unmarked where silent tears wept. She promised forever, then away she crept with a gunslinger's heart that ain't never slept. Gone with the whiskey, my dreams turn to dust, trust turned to ashes. In betrayal we trust. Love's just a memory Revenge burns deep, silent desert holds the secrets I keep. In the cold night wind, the willows they weep, gone with the whiskey. In death's sleep I'll leap.
In the shadows of the old ghost town, under a blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lay buried, secrets that the dirt won't hide. Wind moans through the chapel's broken spine, an unholy serenade. Echoes of a train whistle, like ghosts of the love we betrayed. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone, underneath the silent desert where I wander alone, cursed by the whispers of the love that we burn in this haunted wasteland. No lesson was learned. Once held you in the moonlight, and now shadows twist where you stood. Beneath the oak and forgotten graves, it's understood. You whispered of salvation with a dagger behind your smile, left me with nothing but the vengeance simmering wild. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone, underneath the silent desert where I roam alone, cursed by the ashes of the dreams we once knew. In this forsaken land, only despair grew. My fury, your locket in the ashes, the judge and the jury. Smoke rises to the heavens like the prayers of the damned. My heart bleeds not for mercy, but the justice my hands demand. Beneath the lost love, a revenant I've become, a specter in the wasteland, under the scorching sun. With revenge as my compass, this gun by my side, I'll find peace in the shadows where the restless spirits bide. In the town where shadows whisper, under the devil's moon, boots stir the curse to dust to the old saloon's croon. A trail of whiskey bottles marks the path he rides, every step a story where sorrow abides. Echoes from the
so brewed, his heart a buried treasure in graves no cross could root, haunted by the love he lost in this desolate pursuit. Years back, young and wild, love was his to claim, a beauty from the east, Lily was her name. Betrayed by a brother's hand for the gold in the vein, left her in the burning church with his soul in chains. Echoes from the dusty boots, cries of pain astute, through the howling dust storms, past the hanging noose. His vows whispered to the winds, promises turned obtuse, riding through the cursed lands, a heart that won't truce. In the mirror of the night, by the train's lonesome whistle, he faced the ghost of what was, his resolve now brittle, a reckoning in the quiet, with the stars as his witness, 2 shots in the darkness seal the betrayer's kiss. Echoes from the dusty boots, now slowly mute, in the town forever silent, justice absolute. His love an eternal echo through deserts so acute, a lone gunslinger's tale ends where lives once took root.
Out where the dust storms trace their scars, underneath the moonlit ghost of stars, my boots stir graves where our dreams did dwell, in the silent desert, my private hell. Whiskey whispers from my flask so cold, echoes of your laughter, tales we told. I'm riding through the lost love, down cursed tracks, each mile a memory, no turning back. The train whistle moans through the burning night, where love turned dark as church fires light. Oh, I'm riding through the lost love. Once a tender love lit our way, till betrayal set our skies to gray. You danced with shadows, left me the blame. Now every sandstorm whispers your name. In a ghost town your promise decayed, beside the church where our vows were prayed. Still riding through the lost love, down cursed tracks, each mile a memory, no turning back. The train whistle cries like a soul in flight, chasing shadow to the edge of night. Yes, I'm riding through the lost love. At the crossroads you stood in the fading light, your silhouette a specter fleeing in the night. My heart a revolver with bullets of pain, triggered by the storm in the pouring rain. Now I'm riding through the lost love, past every lie, where the truth burns under a vengeful sky. Lonesome and worn, but my path is clear. Through haunted plains I ride away from here. Forever riding, riding through the lost love. Oh, I'm riding, riding through the lost love.
Out where the whistle cuts the silence of the plains, my boots stir dust from the bones of forgotten names. A town with windows like the hollows of dead men's eyes, echoes with stories of deceit and lovers' lives. Shadows, the church stands charred and cold, marked by the fire of the bitter truths untold. Dusty boots and smoke, whispers on the wind, to dance with ghosts in boots, where my sins are pinned underneath the moon, where my soul got broke. All that's left is the tale of dusty boots and smoke. That old saloon door still swings with a haunting creak, well, whiskey drowned my vows and her memory grew weak. She loved a drifter whose shadow outlasted his stay, left me a locket and a curse I can't betray. One fateful night by the light of a blood-red moon, her secret bloomed in the dark, a love forsaken too soon. Dusty boots and smoke riding through my veins, haunted by the echo of her last refrains. In the heart of the storm where my dreams awoke, all I follow is the trail of dusty boots and smoke. Now I'm standing here where the old crossroads align, a bottle in my grip, fate's bitter design. Her whispers in the gusts, the sand stings my face. In the land of the cursed, I accept my disgrace. Dusty boots and smoke, my redemption's fee. In this wasteland of sorrow, only ghosts are free. Revenge or forgive, the past in flames I stole, walking on just a man with his dusty boots and smoke.
the heart of the lowlands, under blood-red skies, I ride through the ghost town where the old crow fly. Echoes of train whistle, weeping soft and slow, past the church with burned walls where the sad winds blow. 6 bullets of fate in my weathered old gun, each one a memory, each deed undone. Shadows stretch long as my sins parade down cursed lanes in the choices I made. Found an old whiskey bottle, dust covered and sealed, in the room where my love's betrayal was revealed. Her picture a faded reminder of what's lost. A love pure and honest, but oh, what a cost. 6 bullets of fate for the ghost that I keep, each whisper a secret that I can't let sleep. Shadows fall heavy in the silent despair on paths paved with sorrow leading nowhere. There in the silence stood a man, once my friend. His heart turned to stone, on revenge did depend. We drew in the dusk our past written in sand, 2 shadows colliding in this forsaken land. 6 bullets of fate, now 5 in the ground, 1 waits in my pocket where my peace is found. Shadows grow quiet as I kneel and pray in this land of the lost, where I'll soon lay. This darkly woven tale, set in the haunting landscape of a cursed western terrain, tells a story of loss, betrayal, and eventual resignation, all framed by the ominous. Six bullets of fate.
Out there where the train whistles cut through the night, dusty roads twist like the secrets they hide. I rode through a town where the church burned to ground. Every cross stood black neath the moon's mournful frown. Ashes of the last ride swirling in the wind, haunted by the echoes of the sins I can't rescind. Whiskey whispers softly, betrayal's bitter taste on the cursed trail of vengeance, gone without a trace. Dawn cracked like the bottle I threw against the wall, in the valley where shadows and old lovers call. I found her locket near the forgotten graves, underneath the willow that wept for our betrayals. Ashes of the last ride caught in a dust storm's cry, silent deserts witness under a vengeful sky. Whiskey numbing memories of love that could not last, on the cursed ground I wandered, haunted by the past. Face to face with the ghost in the mirror's cold stare, the gun in my hand weighed down by despair. Whispers in the wind, a reckoning to behold, in the silver light, my revenge bitter and cold. this ghost town's heart I find no peace, no home. With each step forward I leave the past to burn in the ashes of the last ride. There's no return. So listen well to the tale of a man left to fend in the haunted silence where all journeys end, where dust settles over stories untold in the ashes of the last ride, forever cold. Brown town, the sun sets like a bleeding wound. Whiskey bottle lays half empty beside a note that came too soon. Dust swirls where the church once stood, now just ashes misunderstood. Echoes of a train long gone like whispers of the should have been. I'm dancing with the devil's deal, boots sinking in cursed sand. Every step a story of a broken promise in these haunted lands. My reflection in the bottle tells of cold winds and heartbreak's knell, dancing with the devil's deal, a waltz in hell's own fiery reel. Once loved a girl with storm cloud eyes in a town too prone to lies. Behind her smile, secrets hidden in her heart, a dark and bid. The night she left, the sky did scream on love lost like forgotten dream. Now I roam a ghost in boots past burning churches and uprooted roots, dancing with the devil's deal under stars that no longer feel. Her whisper haunts the desert's chill, her betrayal a bitter pill. Ghost towns echo our last farewell, in each step a story to tell, dancing with the devil's deal. In silence my fate I seal. At the crossroads no lanterns burn, just my shadow and the lessons learned. Her face in every grain of sand, her voice as distant as a land. I face the devil with eyes clear, no more to lose, nothing left to fear. Love and vengeance hand in hand, tonight I make my final stand. Dancing with the devil's deal, where once was hard now nothing feels. This dance might last a soul's appeal, on cursed grounds my fate I seal. With each step a tale of woe, in silent deserts I let go, dancing with the devil's deal. In dust storms I find my zeal. So here's my story, a ballad sung of love lost and deeds undone. May you listen and then travel on through silent deserts where I've gone. In the night if you hear my tune, remember the dance beneath the moon. Dancing, always dancing with the devil's crew. Relentless deal.
In the heart of a ghost town where the shadows play, dust swirls like spirits over the decay. An old church bell rings, but there's no one to hear. Just whispers of love that turn to fear. Whiskey bottle lies broken, a testament to the past. In the silence of the desert, only the cursed outlast. Shadows and smoke under blood-red sky, ghosts of what's gone in the blink of an eye. Whisper your secrets, but keep your sense close in the land of the lost. It's the shadows and smoke. There's a tale of a lover turned cold and betrayed by a kiss that was promised, then cruelly delayed. Her eyes like the night, her heart once a flame, now nothing but ashes, just a whisper of her name. Under the lantern light with the train whistles moan, she vanished to the night, into the unknown. Shadows and smoke where the old memories choke. Lost love's a dagger and revenge is a cloak. Speak now of heartache and the promises broke, haunting the silence. It's shadows and smoke. In the flicker of the fire against the canyon wall, he faces his reflection, the greatest liar of them all. Forgotten graves are calling as the storm begins to rise. Tonight he'll end his running or meet his demise. Shadows and smoke, this is the outlaw's yoke, bound by the night where the true word spoke. From dust to dust in these lands we're just folk, living and dying in shadows and smoke. In the echo of his footsteps, the desert holds its breath. In shadows and smoke, he'll dance his dance with death.
Out where the dust storms cover up the sun, I walk alone, my shadow weighs a ton. Whiskey bottle empty lies cracked upon the ground. Each step whispers stories in this ghost town I've found. Buried in the dusty boots beneath the cursed land, fate's written in the sand, with a gun in my trembling hand. Echoes of a train whistle calling out to lost souls in silent deserts where the wind forever moans. Found an old church, its bells silent and burned. Memories of love lost and the bitter lessons learned. She was a wildfire, her touch both warm and cold. Now just a whispered betrayal in stories left untold. Buried in the dusty boots underneath the starlit expanse, revenge stirs the night, give the shadows a chance.
Hear a train whistle fading like the pulse of a ghost heart. In these silent deserts, even death can part. Face to face with my reflection in a shard of glass, haunted by what I've become, shadows of the past. Whispers turn to shouts in the vortex of my mind. A showdown looming, not leaving this curse behind. Dusty boots where my grave quietly waits, acceptance in the silence as the cold night abates. Trains cry like a lullaby in the vastness of the night. In the heart of the desert, I embrace the fading light.
Silence of a ghost town's clutch, the wind whispers secrets covered in dust. The whiskey bottles clanking in my worn out sack, echoes of betrayal, ain't no turning back. Sunset bleeding red on a cursed land. Here I tread a shadow, gun in hand. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's glow. My heart bleeds a tale too bitter spoke. Lost love's fire in the cold night stokes, under starlit skies and the devil's jokes. Remember her laughter under the old church light, before it burned to ashes that cursed night. A train whistle moaning through the empty plains, like a ghostly reminder of our sweet love's remains. He took her from me, left nothing but her grave. Now I'm chasing shadows of the man I crave. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's cloak. Vengeance is path, my burden to evoke. Through forgotten graves and tales misspoke, every step I take, my resolve revokes. In the silence of the desert, their faces appear, haunting my dreams, stoking my fears. A showdown looming in the dusk's embrace. His eyes meet mine,
time slows its pace.
Revenge and smoke, this life's cruel joke. Gunfire echoes as all ties are broke. Dust settles down on the path I chose. In a land of ghosts, a lone figure rose, with each chord strung and every note played low. Revenge and smoke in the desert's endless. Whoa.
In the shadow of the mesa where the sun forgets to rise, Dead Man's Valley sleeps beneath a cloak of starless skies. Whiskey bottles and forgotten graves lined up like silent guards. Echoes of the pistols crack the dealing of the cards.
Oh, Valley, hear my mournful cry across your barren lands, where ghostly whispers fill the air like prayers from trembling hands. I came for gold, for glory, found under your cursed moon. Left my heart and broke my bones in the dust of your monsoon.
A lover's vow so sweetly sworn beneath the old church bell turned to ash when she betrayed with the outlaw I knew well. Through burning churches, storm and dust, my revenge did bide its time.
Train whistles moan a lonesome tune to my sins and her crime. Oh, Valley, hear my vengeful creed through your silent storms, where shadows play in twisted shapes and dark history forms. Once a haven, now a grave for the love I chose to spurn. In your desolate embrace, I discern what men must learn.
There by the creek I faced him down. The devil's wind did howl. 2 shots fired in the gloom, a third carried by the owl. His shadow fell, my love did flee.
Nowhere left to roam. Dead Man's Valley, take my soul, make this ghost your home. Oh, Valley, I'm your prodigal beneath your cursed sky. I've laid to rest my vengeful ghost, and yet I cannot die. In your silent sacred sands with my tales of pain, Dead Man's Valley holds me fast in its lonesome spectral chain.
Out in the ghost town where the shadows creep, dust devils dance where the secrets keep. Old whiskey bottles clink in mournful song. Railroad tracks stretch cold and long. A lone church burns in the twilight's glow. Flames whisper tales of a heart's woe. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once held tight. Under the pale moon's judging eye, gone with the lost love, never to retry. We swore our oaths by the forgotten graves, beneath the crosses among the staves. Her laughter echoed a haunting tune under the cursed sun and the darkened moon. But betrayal's knife was sharp and sleek, left my soul hollow and my heart weak. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once burned bright. Under the stars, cold silent jest, gone with the heart torn from my chest. On silent deserts, the truth I faced, every memory I can't erase. Her ghost in the winds, an endless call through the dust storms that rise and fall. Revenge, a fire that in me resides, right in the dark where vengeance hides. Gone with the pain, gone with the spite, gone with the love into the night. Accept the silence, the soul's deep cut. Gone with the lost love, the door now shut. In the end, it's just me and the dust. Gone with the lost love, in whom I trust. Under a blood-red sky in the town of grief, where whispered winds through the churchyard weave. A figure casts no shadow, drifts where sins are sold. Eyes like empty minds, his heart dark and cold. Boots stir the dust past saloon swinging doors. Each step he takes a silent promise of war. He rides with the devil, got a curse on his soul. A whiskey bottle for the pain, no man to console. The devil's gunslinger, on a black horse he roams, hunting down betrayal in these ghostly desert homes. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes. In a chapel of dreams they exchanged sweet lies, but love turned to ash in a blaze one night. A heart betrayed is a dangerous blight. Now he roams through towns, each a forgotten grave. A spectral rider chasing the love he couldn't save. He rides with the devil, revenge fuels his quest. Haunted by her memory in the wild, wild west. The devil's gunslinger with a vow to uphold, in the land of the lost where the brave ain't so bold. In the mirror of a dusty, broken saloon, he faces his demon neath the ghostly moon. His gun whispers secrets of a blood-stained path. The devil laughs softly at the aftermath. Now he's bound by blood to the barren sands, a lone cursed outlaw in the forsaken lands. The devil's gunslinger where the cold winds moan. In the heart of the desert he walks alone. Like a train's lonesome whistle in the vast silent desert, thorny like thistle.
in the shadow of a burnt-out chapel's bell. Ghost town whispers, wind's mournful yell. 6 bullets loaded by the hands of deceit, lying in the dust where the lost roads meet. A bottle of whiskey sings a silent prayer. Forgotten graves, no names to bear. The sun bleeds red over cursed lands. An outlaw walks with shaking hands. Oh, fate's a cruel mistress with a loaded gun. 6 bullets of sorrow for what can't be undone. Each a memory, each a tale of woe, in the heart of the desert where the lost souls go. The trail came on a dust storm's breath. Love turned sour, led straight to death. Her laughter haunts like a trained sad whistle. Love's sweet bloom choked by thistle. The church had burned one fateful night. A heart betrayed set the world alight. He remembers her eyes, a stormy sky. Underneath the desert stars, a whispered goodbye. Oh, fate's a cruel mistress with a loaded gun. 6 bullets of sorrow neath the setting sun. Each a story, each a faded scar, chasing redemption in this ghostly bizarre. By the 5th bullet, the truth was clear. Echoes of the past drawing near. A showdown looming in the silent night. One last bullet to set things right. Oh, fate's a cruel keeper of destinies. 6 bullets of fate bring a man to his knees. One for each sorrow and the last for release. In the whispering sands may he find his peace. Each a final note in this lonesome refrain as the desert swallows his pain. Out in the valley where the dead trees whisper, dust rolls through like a lonesome drifter. Moon hangs low, painting shadows on bones. Ghost town echoes with forgotten moans. Old saloons creaking, winds got it speaking of a love once fierce. Now it's just remnants leaking. Whiskey bottle lay shattered, a testament of night when love turned to betrayal under faint starlight. Lost love and smoke in the air, all is broke. Haunted by the whispers, the promises we spoke. The desert knows my pain with its cursed refrain, burning like the church where nothing remains. There's
Here's a tale of a woman with eyes like stormy skies, led me stray with her sweet, deceiving lies. In the back room of the chapel, she swore her heart. By dawn's light, her truth tore mine apart. Through the silence of the prairie, train whistles cry, a soundtrack to the day my heart did die. Left me with the echoes of what used to be, a haunted shell of love gone like smoke on the breeze. Lost love and smoke under a blackened oak, echoes of the fire where all my dreams choke. The wind sings of despair with its chilling affair. In the ashes of the church I find her glare. On this cursed land I stand with a gun in my hand, facing the ghost of the past that I can barely withstand. She's a mirage in the night, a painful burn inside. In the dust storm's heart I prepare for the fight. Lost love and smoke, the past I evoke. This ghost town bears witness to the heart she broke. No more chains in this silent desert rains. In the fading embers glow, I release my pain. Lost love and smoke, let the spirits revoke this outlaw soul from a final cruel joke. As the desert stars peak in solitude, I seek the strength to forgive as the memories leave. In the valley where the shadows mingle with the dirt, where the wind whispers stories of the hurt, ghost town spires under moonlit ballet, dance over graves no crosses could stay. Whiskey bottles clink like a lonely train's call, echoing through the streets of a forgotten squall. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall, in this cursed land under the raven's call. She was the fire flickering in a sinful night, heart full of rapture, eyes wild with flight. But love turned to dust in a betrayer's embrace. Her silhouette haunts each forgotten place. A church once stood prideful and unswerved, now just charred wood, justice undeserved. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall, in this cursed land under the raven's call. Underneath the stars I met my old foe, on the silent desert where the bitter winds blow. Words as sharp as a coyote's mournful cry, we drew our sins neath the judgmental sky. Here in the ashes, alone I must stand, the gun still smoking in my trembling hand. Revenge or mercy, the line fades to gray. In the dust of the dawn I'll find my way. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, In the shadows where the whiskey rivers flow, under moonlight scorn, the church bells toll no more. Lonely roads stitched with forgotten names, through the dust storms roll, carrying my blames. Midnight in the church fire, glowing red as rage, silent prayers turn to whispers in this cursed stage. Ashes fall like snowflakes on this barren land. All that's left is a gun still burning in my hand. There's a ghost town waiting where our love once bloomed. That old wooden cross, now scorched and consumed. Neath the sky that mourns with stars that weep, lies the secret that the old church keeps. At midnight in the church fire, embers tell no lies, haunted by the specters of old sorrowful goodbyes. Echoes of the choir, trapped in flames embrace, a prayer for my darling, lost without a trace. By the altar I stand, with shadows at my side, face the man who swore she'd be his bride. 2 shots rang clear through the cold night air, one for my heart, the other in despair. Midnight in the church fire, where my vengeance bled, laid him down beside his lies in the forgotten bed. And now I roam a phantom in the night's cold snare, a soul untethered, riding winds of despair. Each verse echoes the haunting sway of desert winds, carrying tales of old sins whispered by spirits still wandering the forsaken paths. In the shadow of the Rockies, under the blood-red moon, the whistle of the midnight train sings a lonesome tune. The trail of ghost towns, whispers of the damned, rusty tracks laid across cursed land. A lone whistle cuts the silence like a promise dressed in pain. Every night at 12 arrives the devil's train. Oh, hear that mournful cry through the desert air. The devil's midnight train, collector of despair. Past burning churches by forgotten graves, rise the souls who gambled, lost and couldn't be saved. Once bed my heart on love, pure as the driven snow, but she was a tempest, a wild wind set to blow. whispers in the arms of a man from Abilene. My revenge, it echoed through the chambers of 16. Now every midnight when that whistle moans my pain, I see their faces in the windows of that train. Oh, hear that mournful cry through the desert air, the devil's midnight train rolling from nowhere, through dust storms and decay under the crescent moon's wave. It's a rolling tomb of sorrow, heartbreak and shame. On one fateful night, by the light of a sinner's flare, I stood by the tracks, felt the cold night tear. As the train slid into view, I saw her face so clear. She mouthed forgive as the train drew near. But forgiveness is a train that I missed long ago. Now I walk with shadows where only the lost souls go. Hear that haunting cry is calling out my name, a ticket to the past on the devil's train. I'll ride it till the end, through the silence and the slain, the devil's midnight train.